cosmos, what it can be, but doesn't need to be. There's a based power, meaning all your powers are in conjunction to form it and empower it. That's not raw power. Now, discussing some concept that helps with understanding what I, in our magical knowledge, abide to. Well, that's fairly irrelevant, because that would not make sense. Understanding what I follow and does abide to, but nor inside, meaning cause, or try to cause, or mind, is the idea that, for example, the good question, actually. We didn't plan this long enough, apparently. Let me think. Maybe we did. Maybe that's the concept. What gets you into the right mood to understand which magical concept is even correct for you, if you know these ideas, if you know power like this and all that stuff? Well, that is a really difficult question. No one can actually give you a true idea of that. Now, Utu Varumu, or whatever you want to call it, is about the concept which is eternal day versus night wisp's fire, meaning a night wished dream forever, but not a night wish dream. Night wisp's fire, or night wisp's wish, meaning live forever or live in one moment of one day. One day can just be also one moment. And one constant moment can be an eternal night where you chase and hunt, but don't hunt literally. Meaning, by the choice for that idea, you set rules for you. You should abide to it, but you don't need to if you understand their well. Morals has their implications. That's how magical systems also develop. How you should use them, how you should idealize the scenery around it. Meaning, don't make it about what is best or the strongest, like in war previously. Rather think, in my mind, our mind, about what it could give you, without worrying so much about what it will get you. Meaning, is it of importance what it makes you better in some degree than other people? Not really, but what do I mean with that? That's a very difficult question, because if you would know that that is implemented in the idea that you need to actually choose your magical system, then what is better? And for that, there would be great help, right? That would be great if you could have it. If there would be one tool, one simple answer to get that. I don't think it's so easy. It's always a cheat code, and if such, I wouldn't want it. That's not. But I have some idea that could help. It should not do much more than usual idea. It should not cause you too much more distress than you would usually have with these concepts by your own accordance with your life. So, let's talk that. We try to portray that the best we can. 100%. We'll 100% try to do that. Or not? Good. So, magical concept for that is how to eclipse, but not like moon. How to eclipse the psi that shadowizes, meaning shadowizes the Avi. It's this soul of sound is shadow. For that is conjured to an archive of invent by for fire in tower. So what does it mean? Interesting. That would be a magical concept that could, in fact, vary what you need to understand to choose if this would be even right for you. So now to the magical concept. If you would cast a spell and have something drawn to you from your mind, but without any constellation, meaning that it doesn't need anything that gives you a root, then how would you do that? That's what this is about. So, concept explained, hopefully now. I give, as said, now my best try to explain the concept in clear detail. Let's go. We. Wait, my cigarette didn't light. 100%. Oh, I missed something. If you would need of such idea, what would I present as possible? Do you know what a seal is the first question, like in the previous video mentioned. A seal is something that sets knowledge into an archetype, into an idea. Well, that's knowledge and meditation, right? No, that's already magic, but not true magic, right? We need to divert here from true magic, meaning cast magic, like a spell that actually does something, you're levitating or something like it, or something that just empowers you to these ideas, meaning that it inspires you and in all ideas of some this weight, meaning something that gets away the weight from your conscious to actually get to the point, like me in the video right now. So that would be helpful. The concept that I mean is ordering seals. So the 7 seals are to get the seals in some kind of way that present you the sort of knowledge that will actually then arrive you at that point where you can work with it and draw power from it, magical ideas, etc. pp. That's a whole different concept, and that should fairly be locked up. But this could not. So a magical concept that does it. Yeah. Ordering the seals. Well, ordering a seal. That's the first idea. And that is fairly simple, idealized with a cigarette or something like it. There we come to meditation. You can do that by this, meditating on a desire, meditating on something like a thought or not wish, no promise to yourself given, and then hold to that idea while you let your thoughts be what they are, but not really be what they are. So try to order a seal without slipping your thought away. That would be the way to use this tool. Now, the tool would be a Hyiestoqlgyph, meaning you form a ladder of the sentences you like, and of that ladder you make up what cannot be in the ordering what you do or do like, or in further way would use in any magical idea. So how would you do that? Well, that would be easily done if you paint no image around that letter, but just further signalize that letter, unlike a glyph, in a way that forms around that letter something that, like a forest in roots, to sentences that can be then drawn from it, like a root network, but not in any informatical sense or anything else than what it was just explained as. That could be helpful. So, explain the concept. Hyiestoqlgyph. Hyiestoqlgyph is a sire imprint arced wise. But not wise in the sense like wise in the sense of wisdom. So what would that tool be? How would you develop it? This would be the tool. Now how would you develop that? That's the problem. This video is also helpful in that, hopefully. You would need to find your ultimate way that for yourself. So the figuring of that, the basic, would be to make the letter like the C, surrounded with what the sentences should correlate in, that will form something that you are afraid of, and with that you form the roots to what you want. But you cannot imagine other people or anything like it. What you can always do is this, with imagination. You can imagine something that portrays that image. An image. That you can always do, but it is attackable. Right? If spiritual attack would exist, that is attackable. That's why it's so dangerous to do it. But this would work. As I said, you should not imagine something or someone, but something means someone. Fair explained before. So, what would be the implications? If you could do that, meaning practice the fundamental value I am, thus, meaning you are, don't imagine things, and accept natural law and higher morality, if you wish to call it that way, that means good is unabidable and evil cannot do evil just because it wants to do it. It needs to be in accordance with other people given freely, and also can be drawn away again if such person doesn't want to play that game. Before, after, during, whatever, not sex. That's never a game. Not even with your loved one, hopefully. Just in my mind. So, what would that be to get this now, this idea that was now presented in further accordance? The whole tool, the whole magical tool. Make the letter form a C. See? Form a C. Now you got it. I got it at least. Form a C. It's already in the word. C means C. Now, which letter would be better? That's how you develop it then. You need to analyze, meaning anti-analyze, what then gets your ideas away from what will not be. For example, with the letter A, but not that one. A is always in the starting letter. Letter would be K, meaning form the K, don't meditate to the OK, and check which surroundings you would cause up by almost imagination. This is a sentence, but not of anything else, just words. Then understand which drawings you can get to it. Now check what roots will drive you to it, which knowledge will give further fundament to the ground of the roots of the trees that can spring forth from it. Now imagine how the K would develop, but unlike a sigil or a glyph. How would the roots or whatever you want to conjure up on that ladder, but not these people or any people, in heighten is wrong, but develop that ladder to a non-magical other idea, meaning no idea whatsoever. That's why I used that example of what is already in the world. We did. And then understand the K. Which roots do that form? Well, not really roots, right? It's too abstract. It's like a fate tree. Well, that's what this tool would be if you perfect it in some degree of knowledge. So I try now to explain it further. How do you do this tool? Now this is also the danger with magic. It's very drawn, very much dark. Can be at least. Well, the Hyiestoqlgyph, meaning K developed to K developed by a fire to burn away what is not of root, basically. So the magical concept explained in simple sentence: K is varied, temperate, thus root can dig the what is bow blood and silence. Thus, you form a simple manifestation, no imagination, a sentence around the K, get the roots from what I previously explained in the way explained to whatever that can say in your mind, meaning what resonates mentally in a metaphorical sense to any of devised question. For that, form the letter till it gets to its own alphabetical way. That can even be new letters, or such which will just arrive to something that is a Hyiestoqlgyph, meaning two letters that don't form a sigil, meaning a letter that the roots interact with as next, connected in the same way so that the imagination doesn't appear. And for that, the two letters are now connected to what will be the next letter that can appear, or maybe even more letters. That would then form an idea of root that you can draw out, and that root would be the Hyiestoqlgyph. Thank you for listening, and it's every God.